So, Robert, if you could use only one type of content format, whether it be blogs or videos or podcasts, the remainder of 2024, which one would it
Ooh.
be and why?
Well, I think it would probably be so if you're asking from a business sense, it would probably be long form, what is typically known as blog content.
Yeah.
If you're asking from what do I enjoy the most, it would definitely be podcasts.
Okay. And which one do you think is more beneficial at this point in time and why?
For the business, it's long form owned media article writing. Right? So commonly known as blog posting, but I mean, blog has a bit of a it's got a bit of baggage to it these days in terms of what we call the things, whether it's a digital magazine or a resource center or it's long form article writing as I tend to look at it. So
Yeah.
that's typically where I'm finding for sure for agencies and for those that are trying to attract clients to demonstrate value, to demonstrate the kind of value that they're trying to demonstrate to potential clients.
Okay. And what would you say is the most surprising shift in marketing strategies that you've witnessed this year so far?
Well, I mean, of course, there's the hyper growth of AI. I mean, it's how long has it been? 22 seconds since we started to talk about AI or something about AI. But I think that's probably the most surprising. I think, however, would be I don't know if you want to call it a de-evolution or an evolution of where social media is now, right? So where we see the real decline of platforms like X, formerly known as
Mm.
Twitter, where we see the real rise of new opportunities, for example, with Threads, which seems to be developing its own kind of interesting personality. But more importantly, are the sort of more media consumption types of algorithms that are now more prevalent on
Mm.
YouTube, and certainly driven by the power of TikTok and driven by where Meta is really going with its social media, which is turning social media much more into a media consumption platform where the size of your audience doesn't matter, but that's a good and bad thing because once you have, it used to be, when we were all growing up with social media, it was all about getting to be a large community or a large audience on your social media platform. And that just doesn't matter that much anymore because it's all around the consumption behavior. So
Yeah.
every single post has to earn its keep to get to the top of that For You stream. That's been surprising and difficult and challenging. And I know it's really challenging for agencies.
Absolutely. I think it's really tough. I think especially these days it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly what you're supposed to do. Even speaking just of Google's algorithms. I mean, it's a bit of a mess there at the moment, to be honest, and it has been for a while. And I don't think most people know what to do and what strategies to really take. I think at this point people are kind of just like, well, we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing because it should even out eventually, right? Um,
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's, when you start to look at it, you start to see, I mean, look, nobody knows. I mean, there's a couple of wonderful interviews just even in the last week or so
mhm.
with the CEO of Google. He doesn't even know, right? I mean, so what's going on with AI and search results is still such a fluid mess that we can't really start to even strategize how to navigate those waters yet. The only thing we can do, and this goes back to your first question, which is the only thing we can really do is just be good at content, right? Just be good at creating thoughtful, creative, innovative thought leadership and get that on our owned media properties as much as we possibly can, because that's really the only focus we can have right now, because that's going to end up in a good place.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. I think that's all we really can do at this point.